Welcome to Fabby John's, the joy of decorating. On this design session, have you ever stood in your living room and thought, why doesn't my home look as beautiful as the pictures I save? You are certainly not alone. Most of us assume the answer is simple. We think we need a new throw pillow, a new rug, different lamps, perhaps more accessories. But what if I told you that many homes don't need more decor? They need a better layout, because beautiful homes are rarely created by buying more things. They're created by arranging what you already own, but with intention. Professional designers understand something that many of us overlook. Decor comes later. Layout comes first. So today we're going to walk through exactly how to think like a designer and create a room that feels beautiful, balanced, comfortable, and inviting. Why the layout matters more than decor. Think about building a house. We don't start with curtains. You don't start with artwork. You don't start with throw blankets. You start with the foundation. And in decorating, the layout is the foundation. Expensive furniture cannot overcome poor placement. A room with simple furnishings can feel wonderful if everything is arranged properly. Meanwhile, a room filled with beautiful things can still feel awkward, crowded, and uncomfortable. That's why designers begin every project by asking this: where will people sit? How will they move through the room? What should be the focal point? Where does the eye naturally rest? Before they think about pillows or accessories, they think about function. Because good design isn't just about how a room looks. It's about how a room will feel. Start by removing everything you don't need. This is where many homeowners struggle. We often believe that adding more things will improve the room, but sometimes beauty comes from subtraction. Walk into the room and ask yourself, do I truly need everything in here? Perhaps there are 2 side tables when one would work, an extra chair nobody sits in, decorative objects creating visual clutter, furniture that blocks the flow. One of the most common mistakes is simply having too much furniture. A room needs breathing room. Negative space is not empty space. It's what gives the home a sense of calm and elegance. Luxury homes rarely feel crowded. They feel edited, with intention. So before buying anything new, try removing 1 or 2 pieces. You may be surprised by how much lighter the room will look and feel. Identify the focal point. Every room needs something to organize around. Without a focal point, the room feels confusing. Your eye doesn't know where to rest. The room lacks purpose. Possible focal points include a fireplace, large windows, beautiful artwork, built-in shelves, an architectural feature. Once you've identified the focal point, arrange the room around it. Not every chair needs to point in a different direction. The room should feel unified. When everything acknowledges the focal point, the space immediately more intentional and cohesive. Stop pushing everything against the walls. This might be one of the biggest design myths. Many people believe pushing furniture against the walls makes a room appear larger. In reality, it often does the opposite. It creates a giant empty space in the middle and makes the room feel disconnected. Instead, bring furniture inward. Create a conversation area. Allow pieces to relate to one another. Even 6 or 8 inches away from the wall can make a tremendous difference. Furniture should feel like it's having a conversation, not standing in separate corners avoiding one another. Rooms become warmer, more welcoming, and more intimate when pieces are grouped together. Create natural walkways. One of the easiest ways to know whether a layout is working is to observe how people move. Ask yourself, can someone walk comfortably through the room? Or do they have to step around tables, squeeze between chairs, walk in awkward directions? Beautiful rooms have flow. Movement should feel effortless. You shouldn't have to think about where you're walking. The room should guide you naturally. Good layouts support everyday life. They don't fight against it because your home isn't a showroom. It's meant to be lived in. Use the right size rug. Few things affect your room more than the rug. And unfortunately, one of the most common mistakes is choosing a rug that's too small. Tiny rugs make furniture feel disconnected. Instead, think bigger. Ideally, front legs of furniture should sit on the rug. Seating pieces should feel anchored. Everything should feel connected. The rug acts like a frame. It tells the eye these pieces belong together, and that's exactly what creates harmony. Think about balance. Balance is one of the principles of design that professionals rely on constantly. Imagine placing a large cabinet on one side, nothing substantial on the opposite side. The room immediately feels visually heavy. Balance doesn't mean perfect symmetry. It means visual weight feels evenly distributed. Large pieces can be balanced by artwork, plants, lamps, chairs, and shelving. Your eye should travel comfortably around a room. Nothing should feel overwhelming or neglected. The biggest mistake of all. The biggest mistake homeowners make is trying to decorate before solving the layout. We buy new pillows, more baskets, new lamps, and decorative accessories. Yet the room still doesn't feel right because accessories are the finishing layer, not the foundation. When the layout works, everything else becomes easier. And suddenly, the room feels larger, it feels calmer, it feels more expensive, it feels inviting. Not because you spend more money, but because you arrange the room with intention. Before you buy another piece of decor, I want to leave you with one question. Is it really the decor, or is it the layout? Because some of the most beautiful homes aren't filled with more things. They're simply arranged better. And remember, decorating isn't about perfection. It's about creating a home that supports your life, welcomes the people you love, and tells your story beautifully. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. And until next time, remember, happy decorating. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers. And to everyone that has subscribed, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if you haven't, please subscribe so we can reach the 10,000 subscribers this year. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.